Be my best friend. 7-Eleven. We can go legend. We can go legend. We can go.
Mac DeMarco. A lot of things could be said about this particular person. A lot of things. A lot of things has been said about Mac DeMarco. And one of those things is that he is, in fact, a very great musician and songwriter and everything else he does. So, to the Mac DeMarco fans out there, to the ones that love acoustic instrumentals and stuff like that, this one's for you. What is up, my fellow hip hop heads and music lovers in general? My name is G-Vans and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the second upload, the final review of today. So, let's get right to it. So, as you can probably tell from not only the title of the video, but also from my little intro just now, today is my first time reviewing a Mac DeMarco album. Is it Mac? Yeah, Mac DeMarco. For some reason I was like, wait, is it Mark? But no, it's Mac. It's Mac DeMarco. Okay. So, today I am reviewing an album that Mac DeMarco has recently dropped, which is called Here Comes the Cowboy. Now, there's a lot to say about this album. Nothing bad in particular. Like, I have maybe one thing that I kind of found unnecessary with this album, but overall, I enjoyed it. It wasn't bad. It was a very, dope album, to say the least. Now, keep in mind, this is the first time that I have ever, fully, listened to a whole, Mac DeMarco album. I've heard of his music a lot before. A lot of my friends that like talk about him a lot. They're really big fans of him. I've heard him a lot, when he was producing some stuff. Like, for example, he recently helped produce the Supermarket album by Logic. So I've always said that he is a very, very great producer. Not gonna lie. But I just never really took the time to listen to any of his stuff until somebody finally requested this album. Well, let me rephrase that. He said, I need to review this album. So, as a good friend and as somebody who is, open to requests and definitely not doing this because I'm scared of the person who requested this, I did it. Or I'm doing it right now. I did it on Instagram 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. But this is me officially putting it on YouTube for you guys to see. So, let's get started. So on Mac DeMarco's last album, I think it was called This Old Thing or something like that, or I think it was called Something New or something. I'm not entirely sure what it was called. But on his last album, Mac DeMarco touched on a lot of personal issues or personal topics. For example, aging and family relationships. Pretty much became vulnerable for the first time in his career, you could say. I don't know if I'm being accurate about it. I don't know much about Mac DeMarco's his music career. I don't know much about it, but I assume it's the first time he became vulnerable. And from the reactions I heard from the last album he dropped, people were really enjoying it. And so, what does he do on this album entitled Here Comes the Cowboy? Exactly that. Develops a cowboy persona. This whole album feels, before anybody gets mad, because I had one person get kind of triggered at me Like not too bad, but he got kind of triggered at me. Before I say this, and before people get mad at what I'm about to say, um, this is the initial vibe I got personally. What I personally gathered from it. All right, it is not meant to. It is not meant to offend Mac DeMarco's. Uh, is not meant to offend him, his music, or anybody else that listens to his music. This is just my initial reaction. You know, with a title like "Here Comes the Cowboy," what I was thinking in my head was, "Oh crap, we're gonna get a country sort of vibe," and that's sort of what I got from it. A kind of country vibe, but with a twist to it. Now, when I say a country vibe, once again, it's not meant to insult people. I don't know why people don't like country music. I personally don't have a problem with country music. I don't listen to much of it, but I think it's good music. Like I don't think anybody really, not even me, not even like anybody else that reviews music. I don't think anybody really like can say that like a bad genre exists, because just because it's not your personal taste doesn't mean it's garbage. Like it's there for somebody. So, yeah, don't take it as an insult because I said that it feels like a country vibe. But when I say a country vibe with a twist, I mean that Mac DeMarco adds his own little twist to it. First of all, he gets very creative with the instrumentals. You can really tell how creative he gets with it, and just like why he's considered a really dope producer. Um, I feel like Mac DeMarco wanted to be like a lot more mellow and a lot more like smooth with this album, because it's mostly very slow. It's very slow, like type of vibe, I guess. I don't know if he's ever done anything sort of fast paced or just anything like more energetic in the past, but I assume he has, because like I got a much more like calmer Mac DeMarco than usual. Um, so um, the reason why I say country music with a twist is because it sounds very unique, and it kind of sounds like he created his own like genre, to say the least. Um, First of all, he like he doesn't really like talk about like the usual country stuff that country artists talk about. He just like pretty much tells his own stories, and like of what a cowboy does, pretty much a whole journey of what a cowboy goes through. Yeah, I think that's something. I think that's something. That's a really good like explanation of the album, I guess. Think of it as Sheriff Woody from Toy Story dropping a fire ass album. Yeah, we'll say that. I really like how in some songs he has a what's it called? There is like birds chirping in the background at some point, as if he's outside in nature on his front porch, just like just stringing his guitar and just like singing stuff out loud, which is kind of like the reason why I enjoyed it a lot is because sometimes I'll have my friends come over with their guitar, and like they'll go to my front porch and we'll just be singing out loud and get my neighbors really mad at us because one, I sing like shit. At least I don't think they sing like shit, but I sing like shit. And two, because we're very loud about it. But for most of the part, we're really calm. Freaking like singing to David Bowie and all that stuff. That's kind of what I like about it, because it reminds me of what I usually do, like when a guitar is brought to my house. I obviously am not playing the guitar because I don't know how to play instruments, but my friends do, and I kind of have good vocals. It depends. This is why I became a rapper, because my vocals are kind of crap lately. Um, but sorry about that, guys. My sister walked in on me. Okay, but pretty much to wrap this all up, Mike DeMarco adds his own little twist to what a cowboy goes through what a cowboy's journey looks like, and he pretty much like shows his sense of humor for the first time. You can really tell, especially on the last track. You remember when I said earlier that I felt there were some moments in this album that are kind of like I guess you could say, unnecessary. The last track is a um, a perfect example. Sorry about that. I got a call from somebody. Jesus Christ, so many interruptions right now. But anyways, I felt that was a very like unnecessary thing. Like, but it's whatever. It's weird. It's weird music, but at the same time, um, sorry, I was putting that thing up. Jesus Christ. Okay, never mind. But anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say about this album. Sorry about that. Sorry about all the interruptions. It happens. But anyways, that's pretty much it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Follow me on Instagram down below. DM me for requests. Go ahead and follow Mac DeMarco on Instagram down below. Go listen to his new album if you haven't already. This was requested by the homie Jordan. So, yeah. Thank you for the request, bro. I have to listen to it, he said. And with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and don't forget to stay happy.
Passing around your blood and your